Queen of Tears Netflix #1 drama right now. Poor guy Hyunwoo and rich girl Haein fell in love at first sight. The two of them immediately got married. Haein promised Hyunwoo that she wouldn't let him cry. Hyunwoo married into a family that was so different from his own. He thought he'd be on his way to the top of the ladder. But after just 3 years of marriage, they were originally married for love. But now they've lost their love. Their rich mother-in-law started to push them to have a baby, so that they can stop the people around them from talking about it. Her father-in-law had already thought of a name for his granddaughter. Hyunwoo doesn't dare to say anything in front of her husband. He looked to the Haein for help, but Haein didn't want to talk to him. He doesn't understand how two people who are obviously in love, but they don't love each other after marriage. And his wife is a dictatorial queen. The authority of his father-in-law and mother-in-law is too much for him to refute. He hates all of them to the point of irritation. Not only that, the family performs 15 rituals every year. A series of stressful situations. He, already a loser, became even more of a loser. He didn't dare to act like that at home. He could only vent his grievances outside. I really do not want to live this shitty life. He filed for divorce, but he was threatened by his wife. At this time, his wife's first love appeared. The jealous Hyunwoo became no longer a loser. He told Haein to stay away from Yoon Hae-sung. He thought that there was something behind that man that would be detrimental to Hyunwoo. He swore to protect her. Kim Soo-hyun Kim Ji-won, Queen of Tears, Episode 1 premiere. Hyunwoo, the heir to a fortune, chasing after his love in a helicopter. Cajoling won't make a poor guy cry. The poor guy, Salty, was touched. And so it was. They had a cross-border wedding that shocked the world. They met 5 years ago. Hyunwoo returned from overseas, entered Queen's department store as an intern. With no experience, he was a klutz. He often came to help Hyunwoo over and over again. He developed a crush on Haein. He became more worried about her. Would she be fired for being such a lousy intern? Hyunwoo said that if she was fired, I can afford to support him. But if it were you, I'm willing to earn money and raise a family by myself. Hyunwoo was a hopeless romantic early on. That's how their love began. But when he found out that Hyunwoo was the heir to a plutocracy, he was devastated. He quit his job and went back to his hometown. Who knew? Our Hyunwoo bravely pursued his love with a helicopter. That's how the first scene happened. But it didn't last long. After 3 years of short-lived love has worn away their love. Although they are very happy in front of the press, he still secretly claimed for a divorce. But they've seen the horrors of Hyunwoo's family before. Hyunwoo's aunt divorced 3 times. The lawyer who defended his husband had a very bad ending, so no one wanted to help. And Hyunwoo was just a loser son-in-law at his in-laws' house. But she didn't care about him after marriage. She even showed him no mercy at work. In order to enter the photo club, she decided to remove all the businesses with less than 20% turnover. Haein called Hyunwoo, who was still in a meeting. Hyunwoo said, "Those merchants have invested a lot of money in equipment. We can't just let them go. Even if they file a lawsuit for a modest home, the chance of winning is extremely low." Afterwards, Haein found Hyunwoo again. "Are you trying to let people know that we're not getting along?" Hyunwoo thinks we should keep our business affairs separate. But Haein thinks that Hyunwoo is a womanizer. Tell him not to be so concerned about other people's business. He should look at the people around him. "I'll talk to you tonight." Hyunwoo has been waiting for a long time. Haein still hasn't shown up. He wanted to talk about divorce, but he didn't get the chance. He came home. He had just printed out a divorce agreement. He received a notice for a family meeting. Hyunwoo found the courage to ask, "Will the child's last name be Hong instead of Beck?" His husband said that the head of household system had been abolished. It's a pedantic behavior to take the father's name. But his brother-in-law said. He said that last time, he wanted their child to take his mother's name. Hyunwoo is being treated poorly by her in-laws. But Haein is not concerned about it. After the meeting, Hyunwoo wanted to talk to Haein. He doesn't know how to have a baby in this situation. But Haein doesn't see anything wrong with it. What's wrong with that? Kim Soo-hyun has become an angry daughter-in-law since the start of the new drama. On the outside, she's the envy of everyone. But only she knows the sweet and sour. Every day's family meeting seems to be just for her. Her mother-in-law doesn't like him. She and Hae-yoon are always fighting in the office. He even asked her brother-in-law to help her with her department. Hyunwoo wanted to refuse one. She could only endure it. Then she started pushing her to have a baby. Hyunwoo left his in-laws in disappointment. And Haein didn't just ignore him. He knew that his brother didn't respect his husband. He warned him that if he ever disrespected my husband again, you're dead. Unaware of this, Hyunwoo hit a baseball to vent his anger. His classmates also advised him not to get a divorce. By now, Hyunwoo was already drunk. He showed his classmates the tyranny of a plutocrat's family, but Hyunwoo thought, no one on earth is on his side, not even a leaf. The little crybaby came home drunk. Haein heard something. He got up to open the door, but he stopped when he put his hand on the doorknob. On the other side, Hyunwoo's hand was also on the knob, but he didn't open the door. He turned around and left. Later, Haein looked at Hyunwoo's photo from the interview. That smile. I don't know how long it's been since I've seen it. The next day, Hyunwoo was helping his aunt in the detention center. The people around him were talking about him. They said he's just a butler for a rich family. Hyunwoo's aunt-in-law is a divorced woman who's been divorced 3 times. And her ex-husbands. He ruined all of them, including her relatives. Hyunwoo doesn't want to live together. Just get a divorce. Why do you want to be so vindictive? There's no such thing as a good breakup. It's either you or me. It's easier. He doesn't think marriage has anything to do with happiness. The Queen's Group Chairman's regular festival began as scheduled, but all the son-in-laws of the Hong family are preparing the food. The only Hong family descendant has not touched any of the food. In the living room, Chairman's girlfriend said she won't be attending the festival. Brother-in-law started the ceremony. Auntie suddenly appeared at the door. Mr. Chairman asked Hyunwoo why she came out today. Hyunwoo replied that you said it was cold. You told me to get your daughter out. Annie complained to mom. She blamed her father in public. He sent his only daughter to prison for his girlfriend. He shouldn't have defended the woman who killed his wife. After the argument, the ritual began again. The brother-in-law was beaten by his aunt. Before the ceremony was over, Mr. Jo delivered his resignation. In order to find out the truth, Hyunwoo said he'd look into it quietly. Hyunwoo then came in. The goal is not to be punished. It's to be discredited. The poor boy who married into a plutocrat's family is under a lot of pressure. He suffered from severe depression. The last thing he wants to do is get a divorce. The psychiatrist wants to know why. Hyunwoo said, I live with my in-laws. We all live together. We eat dinner together every day. Weekends, holidays, birthdays, Christmas. They don't have time for themselves. We have 15 festivals a year. Son-in-law prepares them all, but he doesn't let his son get a drop of water on his hands. The doctor was shocked. He told Hyunwoo to find a place to breathe. Hyunwoo thinks that if he gets a divorce, he'll be hunted down by his father-in-law. The doctor gave Hyunwoo a special medicine to ease his mood. He told him to take it regularly. After Hyunwoo left, he called his wife right away. Haein got a call for a medical checkup, but the professor insisted he go to the hospital. She asked Hyunwoo to accompany her, but Hyunwoo refused without even listening. Then he drove back to the countryside. After a long time, he ate his mom's home cooking. In the evening, Hyunwoo was again scolded by his sister. She complained that he couldn't come back for his father's 60th birthday. Hyunwoo said it was too much. That's why he's planning to get a divorce. My sister became anxious. There's no need to get a divorce just because of this. Hyunwoo made the decision after careful consideration. When he was leaving, his sister stopped him. He complained that Hyunwoo is too selfish. Mom and dad sold their cows so that you could go to Seoul University, so she couldn't afford to go to school. But Hyunwoo thought she didn't show up enough. That's why he couldn't go to the university. Hyunwoo went back to his mother-in-law's house. Even if you go back to your own house, the family's persuasion. Hyunwoo didn't want to get a divorce, so he went to Haein with the divorce papers.